Welcome to week 9 of the Packers season. It's the Giants at the Packers at the Giants. Here are our weekly goals. Eddie Lacy, after you heard last time, he's going to be moved into the backup role and spend the rest of his career as a backup unless the guy gets hurt. And then he will be put back in the, whatever. Randall Cobb, number one wide receiver on the team. Aaron Rodgers, pretty good. Getting up there in age, but pretty good. Here's the Giants. They're excited. Let's take a look at the injury reports. 4 more weeks before Avion Conrad gets... I always say his name differently. Eli Manning's out with a broken collarbone. Chad Henning's out. Eric Flowers and Victor Cruz. Oof. We spend points in injury. I mean, maybe that's why my characters don't raise up, my players don't raise up in overall value as much, because I put points in the injury. But if a player's not available, Jimmy Clausen, 67 overall rating, and then a kicker to back him up. Oof. Lawrence Reed, 82 overall. Very solid. Odell Beckham Jr., 95. The days. So it's him and nobody else, pretty much. That's Sterling Shepard. Pretty good. Norman Lott. Starting to see these rookies and made up players trying to take, we don't know much about them other than their overall rating. Maybe we'll have an episode where we'll just kind of go over the top players in each category and see how many of the rookies or rookies first years make up that list. Eventually it'll all be players that are not real, because we'll be in year 23, So pretty solid cornerback group here. Kind of jealous. My safeties are better than yours, but cornerbacks are better than ours. All right, let's get this started. Do a Super Sim slow mode. And it's rainy, and the Packers get the ball first. Here's the kickoff. It's a deep end over end way into the end zone. That's where we're going to start on the 25. Coach Patterson not wearing any sort of parka or anything. Going to get a little wet. It's Aaron Rodgers. Having a down year. 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Almost 2,000 yards. It's not maybe 95 overall, but something, definitely see the skills declining. So with experience, I bought O-line retirement influence for the coach. The quarterback retirement influence is really expensive, and if you think about it, I mean, you're only going to use that. Well, you don't want to use it much, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to retire, he's going to retire, kind of thing. And that's that high CPU usage. I might have to turn on my fan here and microphone kind of went in and out on me there. So 3rd and 18. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. He's got it deep down the middle. Oh, it's intercepted. Just not quite there. Jordy Nelson couldn't make the catch, and Aaron Rodgers threw it right to him, but Jordy lost. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie comes back with the interception. First pass by Eli Manning was over the head and out of bounds for his intended receiver. Ben McDew, coach of the Giants, still. I saw that Doug Peterson got fired by the Eagles in the last year's firings. Mike Daniels. Mike Daniels, he's slowed down a little bit too. It's kind of sad to see, you know. He just, his first 2 years were pretty solid, and this year he seems to have maybe regressed a little bit in speed or something, where he's just not quite getting there, you know. And that's what regression is. It's just a little change in your wow, that looked like something else. All right, well, there Packers held them 3 and out, so they're going to kick a field goal in this rainy weather, and it looks like it's going to be pretty far. Here we go, the kick is up, and it looks like it is way short. Way short. Packers take over. Sorry there, Adkins. All right, we're going to go to the normal mode and see how the game goes. A quick update here. The game is now tied 3-3. Nothing too fancy going on here. So, Eli Apple got hurt on the play. There's our first round pick, Brady Pog. Janoris Jenkins. No, that's someone else. All right, let's keep going later. Nice, Devontae Adams. We're approaching the 2-minute warning, and it is now 13-3. Packers have done pretty well. Probably just jinxed it. The halftime score was 13-3. Packers are on defense. Hopefully they do okay. Well, as you can see now, it's 13-13, and Jimmy Clausen is passing all over the Packers defense. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I don't know. You know, obviously I'm the one running the Packers, so I should be. We just didn't have any salary cap room to get any free agents, and Demarius Randall's just an average cornerback. Sam Shields is getting up there in age. Aaron Rodgers is just 3-and-outing so much. It's so ridiculous on how many 3-and-outs he has. And then the Giants will get the ball, and they'll just run the ball. And it'll, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's almost disheartening to watch them just run the ball and you just not be able to do anything at all. And then that happens, you know. You had a 3rd and 8 and gave up a 15-yard completion. This defense, I don't know. Hey, there's Adrian Bynum doing his job, which is good. He's pretty good. He was a good draft pick. Eddie Lacy finally getting a first down. Just so frustrating. They'll get to have a 3rd and 1, and Aaron Rodgers will throw the ball away. Or there you go. Look at that. It's not very offense. Very good at sustaining drives. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong, but we just run the ball 3 times, but then Eddie Lacy can't make the first down. So, oof. Oh, and there you go. 3rd and 4. Odell making his presence felt. Finally, they're going to punt. Oh, look at it. Oh, did he just try to go for it on 4th down? No. I didn't even look at the time. Look at that. This game's going to go in overtime, most likely. Maybe. We can get a first down. Nope. That was probably a mistake. We'll see what happens here. Just can't give up a big play, guys. Well, it's going in overtime. Packers get the ball first. They have to just score because their defense is just... And Aaron Rodgers, I don't know, buying that throwaway trait. Maybe that was a mistake. Devontae, nice, finally. There you go, going the wrong direction. Eddie Lacy, -1 yard. maybe, oh. Oh, they didn't make it. Oh, and he tried to kick off 60-yard field goal. That was not the smartest move. Just saying. Ah, it's not good. And kick a field goal to win the game. Packers aren't very good this year. Bummer, bummer. All right, there you go. You got to watch a little game with me. We'll see you around in the next game. Aaron Rodgers got outplayed by Jimmy Clausen. He just played terribly. Running backs are not good. Maybe it's time to pull Eddie Lacy out of the starting role. Not that that's going to solve the defensive problems. Jake Ryan, whoa, 13. Jake Ryan trying to make a case for getting re-signed right there. Shoo. Jordy Nelson had a tackle. Nice. All right, guys. Bye. Well, here's an interesting update. It looks like we're going to have to let Jake Ryan walk because we have no cap room again. So we have that Jordy Nelson signing might have been a bad idea. Bad idea. Wow. This managing the cap thing is tough. I like these players, you know, they're personal favorites of mine, and I'm letting that get in the way. So we'll have to find a new left outside linebacker. And just for a quick update, there's been some roster changes. Dylan Smallwood is now the starting running back. I didn't let AC finish off the year, and he's going to be trade bait next year, I think, because I am desperate for salary cap, and he's got a little bit of a contract, so we're not going to be able to fix this team again, other than whatever we draft. And defensively, Jake Ryan has been replaced by Kyle Fraggle. That strictly has to do with the fact that we just cannot bring Jake Ryan back next year, and we might as well give Kyle a chance here. So Kyle will be there, and on third down back, E.J. Claiborne is now the third down back. Eddie Lacy is the backup to that, and then finally McClure, who has dropped down the depth chart. He was our first running back taken in our draft. That's kind of a hard thing for me too, is that, you know, I want to see my draft picks succeed, and it hurts when they are not bettering the team. So that's where we stand, and we're going to continue on this season. We are 4-4, which puts us in third place in the division, right behind the Lions, who have the tiebreaker over us. So, and we have the Vikings, the Lions, and the Seahawks next. So, oh boy, this might be a high draft year. So, all right, there you go, guys. See you in a little bit. Hi, guys. View Squalor here. Just letting you know, we stumbled against the Giants and won handily against the Minnesota Vikings and did pretty well against the Lions. Backup quarterbacks in both these cases. Matthew Stafford got hurt in the Lions game, and the Vikings started with a backup quarterback because Teddy Bridgewater is made out of glass. And though I gotta admit, Ryan Hoyer, he played really well. The defense isn't very good, and not receiving. I wanted to look at rushing here. I put Dylan Smallwood in, but he averaged 2.5 yards a carry with 2 touchdowns. Eddie might be going back in the first and just waiting one more year for Dylan to get some of those skills up, but I'm not sure yet. Defensively, Stephen Haskins, my nickelback, had 9 tackles, which means that he was tackling a lot of people because they were completing passes on him. So that's not necessarily a good thing that he had so many tackles. I'd rather have Nick Perry and Mike Daniels, especially the defensive linemen, have the tackles. But the sacks, they were rolling in the sacks. 2.5, 2, 1.5. So that was pretty good. Sam Shields with the only interception. And looking at the Vikings game, Aaron Rodgers had a pretty good game. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but a 105 quarterback rating. Let's just look at Packers for rushing. See, Dylan Smallwood had 3.5 yards. Eddie Lacy did a little bit better. Jordy Nelson, touchdowns in the game. Jordy Nelson's and Brady Kropog. Defensively, Nick Perry had the tackles and Mike Daniels. And he had 3 sacks, so Mike Daniels is having a pretty good year. Let's look at the annual stats real quick. Because we are in week 11. So we'll just kind of take a quick look at stats. Aaron Rodgers, the only quarterback to play, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 65% completion rating, so his interceptions are way up. Running backs, Eddie Lacy, 3.4 yards, 3.1 yards. Neither of these running backs really are doing well, and that has to probably do with the offensive line. Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Brady, touchdowns. You can see 5, 4, 4, 5, 2, 3. Defensively, right now, Nick Perry's leading the tackles, but sacks-wise, Mike Daniels with 8. And interceptions, Sam Shields, Damaris Randall, a bunch of ones after that. So that's kind of how that looks. I'm not really sure if that's good or bad, but I'm also recording a video, so there could be a chance that you didn't see any of that, and I'm just telling you what you saw, since it's complaining. So I think that's going to be it until the video I'm editing is done. Alright, see you later. Bye. Welcome everybody to week 11 of the 2018 season. I am your host, Bu Squalor, bringing you this game. It's the Seahawks versus the Packers at CenturyLink Field. The Seahawks are 6-4. A nice rainy day in the Northwest. There's the Seahawks getting ready. Earl Thomas III, the great safety. Packers, there's our tight end, Brady Kropog, getting the team fired up. The defensive line, Jimmy Graham, showing off his mad skills. He's now a Packer. I hope he has a great year for the Packers. Coach Patterson, getting Rodgers fired up. There's our Cleveland, our punter, does the kickoff duty. And here we are, set underway for this playoff push game. Need to get into the playoffs. Let's first, now, before we get started, take a quick look at the injury reports. Tyreek Hill is going to miss 7 weeks with a partially torn MCL. Oh, that's a bummer. I didn't notice that. I saw him get hurt. The Seahawks. Thomas Rawls is out. That's good. Bobby Wagner. Oof. Griffin Elling. So, the Seahawks are going to miss their main running back and their top middle linebacker. Let's take a quick look at the Seahawks depth charts. There's Russell Wilson, Robert Griffin III, and Javon Boykin backing him up. Halfbacks, CJ Prosise and Alex Collins. Boy, I'm sure they're unhappy they traded him to Baltimore. Lonnie Pryor, Doug Baldwin, Jermaine Kearse. This is Tyler Lockett. Look at these 383, 3 mid-80 players. That's pretty sweet. Jimmy Graham, got that 90 rating. Left tackle, Thomas Saturday. It's all brand new players. Oh, Jermaine Afredi. Yeah. Oh, and that must have been a signing. So Benson Anunwa, because Michael Bennett is now a Chicago Bear. Cliff Averill, Jaron Reed, and Justin Durant, middle linebacker. Not the usual names. And then KJ Wright. Cornerbacks Richard Sherman, Jeremy Lane, Desquique Denard, Earl Thomas III, there we go. And then strong safety of Cam Chancellor. Still, all in all, a good team. Getting a little up there in age, kind of have the same problems the Packers have. Age is taking a toll. All right, let's jump forward, slow motion. Let's watch the first offense and defense series. There's Cleveland punting the ball. It's got a strong leg. Donald Cleveland has a great return. Coach Patterson's fired up. Another rain game. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has had his worst games against the Packers and his best games against the Packers. That 70% completion rating, that was not a very nice sight to see. All right, Packers in their standard 4-3 defense that they now run, and it's a run. Oh, decent run on first down for CJ Procise. This is their offensive line. Most of them are people who are computer generated. Doug Baldwin, Jermaine Kearse. 2nd down and 5 for the Seahawks. Nice stop there. Number 51 there. I wonder if that's Kyle Frackle. Still shows the Packers running a 3-4, which is really funny. Yep, Kyle Frackle getting a start for Joe Thomas now. Seeing what he can do in the regular season and hopefully in the playoffs. 3rd down and 2. Packers are crowding the line of scrimmage. Oh, but just couldn't stop him. Kenny Clark with the tackle. Not quite enough. There's the Seahawk Hawk. I was going to sign Nick Perry back. I'm not sure that's going to happen because of the salary cap issues that we're going to have next year. We're signing Jordy Nelson for a 3-year, $27 million contract. Fan favorite Jordy Nelson. Instead of letting him go. First down, big hole all the way to the house. CJ Procise. No one's going to catch him. 500 rushing yards for CJ Procise. A fast running back. Touchdown in CenturyLink. Dante Jones just missed the tackle. Our nickel quarterback couldn't catch him. I'm just taking a look here. Oh, Hoskins. Rasheem Hoskins is our middle linebacker. No, I think that was someone else. I'll have to take a look again. Ooh, this thing says it's struggling away. Gonna be a choppy video. Packers on offense. I guess I gotta pay attention to that. Computer's struggling a little bit. I got too many things running in the background. This computer's old. Play action pass. Rodgers got to get rid of the ball. It's going deep downfield. Up in the air. Was it caught? It was caught. Randall Cobb, 54-yard completion. Woof! Look at that. Double coverage. Randall Cobb jumped up and went for it. Got it over Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor. That's a once-in-a-lifetime catch there. Once-in-a-lifetime catch. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Gets the pass off just before he's hit. Looks like an 8-yard pass. Trying to see if I can close some programs here to turn down the CPU usage. Handoff. Dennis Smallwood. First down. 5-yard carry. Hopefully they can match the touchdown by the Seahawks. So being a Packer fan, you would think that like Minnesota, Minnesota, the Chicago Bears, or the Detroit Lions be my number one least favorite team. Minnesota's up there, but the Seahawks are the number one least favorite team. If the Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings are playing in the NFC Championship for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, I'm a Vikings fan all day long. I don't know. There's something about Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, and I don't know. Just amazing how much I despise them. And it might be from that 2014 championship game. Ever since then, I just never could get over it. Forever jaded by that game. It wasn't even the Seahawks' fault. It was totally a imploded. Oh, Cam Chancellor, good coverage there. Cam Chancellor's not going to be back next year because of his neck. I highly doubt it. High CPU usage. Alright, let's see what we got here. Want this episode to be done now. So punch it in, guys. Punch it in. Aaron Rodgers under center. Calling out the play. Montgomery in motion. Goes back to pass. Over the middle. Oh, Smallwood with the touchdown. Thank you, Packers. Thank you, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let's go Smallwood. Let's go Packers. Let's get the playoffs.